We are here with Gigi to welcome you to the Great Give 06492. This iconic acorn has been in Wallingford to show how you can be a part of what we do every day and to remind us from seeds, great things grow. Did you know acorns are nutritious?
I know squirrels eat them and some birds too.
Yes, ducks, deers, chipmunks, mice, and bears all love them.
Wow, there is so much competition for them as food.
It's a miracle that some become great oaks.
Let's remember, you can be the seed that makes great things happen in Wallingford. Be the seed.
Let us welcome the Lay Mix Band who exemplify how great coming together can be.
Check out where Gigi has been. Because of an acorn, a tree grows, a bird nests, a seed becomes a connection to many circles of life. Gigi, the iconic acorn of the Community Foundation of Greater New Haven, is in Wallingford to encourage you to engage with local nonprofits as grassroots donors. Grassroots donations as little as $5 will help the Great Give 06492 with matching contributions and prizes. Your seed donation will make great things grow in Wallingford.
We have to go through those barriers and address them one at a time. Transportation.
Yeah.
Or single mom. Daycare.
Childcare is a very big one.
Childcare is big.
So you need to have somebody that has the time to sit down with you, help you navigate all of that information, help you pick a career path, and at the same time, understanding that there will be barriers that will prevent them to be able to stay in that path. So how do we address those barriers? Encourage them to get into an upskilling career path. Show them all the opportunities available, because there is so much information that people get lost.
Everyone knows someone is just something that we say that, and not surprising, not coincidentally.
One of the bad things about it is that so many people are silent about it. You know, they hold that in, they don't share it with everybody.
You're at Beaumont Farm, Candyland.
Is it okay if we video a film here for WPAA-TV?
Yes, you can.
We look forward to sharing it with the community with the same spirit that you share Candyland.
Sounds good to me.
Great.
Ha! I got 2 oranges.
How wonderful it would be to play this game.
Yellow, I'm getting nowhere.
To explore the sugary landscapes and dance through the spaces.
On my way to Gummy Path.
Duh.
Where are we?
I think we're in
Candyland.
Did the penguin just talk?
I'm Freeman Pennyquin and I'm ready to play.
Did we just pop like popcorn?
Are you two ready?
I'm always ready.
Don't you think this is a little strange?
Here goes nothing.
Congrats, Freeman, you earned it.
You know, when you play as a penguin, coming in third doesn't feel so bad.
I guess winning isn't everything, you know?
What are we gonna do now?
We're officially Teen Tigers.
Let's play again!
Where is he?
I'm thinking about my food.
One of the goals of Teen Tiger TV is to interview informative and entertaining people, and the Therapy Twins are both. On behalf of Teen Tiger TV, I'd like to thank the Therapy Twins, Joan and Jane, for joining us tonight.
I heard our brains are not fully formed until age 25.
So when can we start making choices?
When is being grown up?
Choosing my story, is that like deciding what I want to be when I grow up?
Somebody said, is it about new experiences? And I just want to start with.
And I've got a bunch of great kiddos that I hope will continue to make good choices.
Well, I had a few AI-generated questions, for this event. One of the questions was, if your community was a flavor of ice cream, what would it be and why?
The community would probably be cookies and cream, because our community is very sweet and they all work together and come together just like how cookies and cream is so good together.
Can you show us some of your favorite products?
I'd be happy to show you guys some of these.
We're here at Micro Print Shop, which formerly was located on Center Street.
Hi, I'm Jill Roberts. Some of you may recognize me from the farmer's market, an average Jill. I sell homemade granola. I will be hosting the foodie edition of Making It Artisan Stories, where I'll be interviewing local food producers and hearing their story and their journey with their businesses. I hope you can join us. Can we try that mocktail now?
Absolutely. So as I said before, this is our Psyche mocktail.
Okay.
I use fresh mint. Currently, we're also getting this from CT Produce because my garden hasn't started making it yet.
Do you have a greenhouse, a small greenhouse?
I am because we are.
Good evening. My name is Denise Keys Page, and I have the fabulous pleasure of working with the story artist that you'll hear tonight. I am the founder and producer of Ubuntu Storytellers. Our mission is to tell stories of Black and brown people, the real, live, current, personal narrative of people of the African diaspora. Stories not only of our heroism and sheroism and victimization, surely those are important stories to be told, but stories also of the spaces and places lived in between. We tell the arc of lives lived in our skins. We ask, if you only know us by our tropes, our folk tales, our courageous and visionary historic leaders, do you really know us at all? Tonight's show is what love is. And as we share these ways of being tonight, I invite you to listen, to challenge yourself, to feel the love that our artists tonight are sharing.
My dad and I are sitting at the kitchen table, and we're in the middle of what feels like a marathon argument about my love life. My dad keeps repeating to me, Jez, just finish the bachelor's degree. Afterwards, you have all the time in the world to fall in love.
I am standing at the circulation desk in the public library in my small Connecticut town. My dad is standing behind me, and his strong hands are resting on my shoulders, squeezing just slightly with reassurance. My dad is tall, he is ebony black and handsome. I am pimply and awkward at 14. It's 1985.
So it's 1973. I'm 12 years old, and I'm about 90 pounds soaking wet. And at this time in my life, I am known as Chucky Grady. And I had a very Michael Jackson-esque afro at the time, which was my claim to fame. It was during that time my father was a public servant in New Haven, serving as a police detective, and he had made enough money to move us out of the housing projects in Brookside in New Haven. And we were able to move into our very own house.
It was a beautiful beach day.
Your sound, your voice, your vote. Vote Tuesday, November 7th, 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. We are your municipal candidates. For more information, visit myvote.ct.gov. Happy Halloween from the Board of Education candidates. And please vote on November 7th.
I'm Bruce Conroy, running for Town Council.
I'm Jeff Necchio, running for seat on the Town Council.
And we want you to vote for what's best for Wallingford. November 7th, remember to vote.
Just a little note on this early voting. It was a bipartisan vote.
Yep.
27-7 in the Senate in favor, 107 to 35 in the House. So overwhelmingly popular, bipartisan.
I hope that that this election is not a barometer for elections to come, based upon some of the things that you and I talked about, and I hope that at some point soon, whether before or after November 7th, that we can re-emphasize the importance of civility in our elections. We all live in this town. And at the end of the experience, we're all neighbors in some way, shape, or form. I really hope that after this election is over, if not by the time it happens, that we can figure out how to restore civility, those involved in politics in this town.
Video ceremony, let's make that the last word. Good luck on the campaign trail. Hope to see you back in some way, shape, or form in some capacity. Thanks to WPAA-TV.
Questions about infrastructure that needs to be addressed in terms of repairs at town buildings, streets like North Main Street, plan for community pool, and how you're going to bring town halls technology to date. So I realize there's a lot in there, but it's important, so we're going to talk about it. So infrastructure in general across the town, I think it's become more apparent perhaps than it's ever been before now that we've had a really dedicated and great group of volunteers in the building maintenance committee, which basically functions as folks who are tasked to the best of their ability to analyze and report on what the infrastructure concerns of our town currently are. So I know they've been to many buildings and parks across town. And the reality is, as someone who's, traveled across the state of Connecticut in the past years as part of my job, can tell you that our infrastructure does fall well below not just other towns, but where we as Wallingford should be, most importantly. Our sidewalks are in terrible shape. Our roads could be certainly better. Our town buildings are in terrible shape. Pool has been, well, I can barely call it a pool at this point. I mean, it's been out of service for several years, and anyone who's driven by it knows that it's in a dire state. But that is something that should have been done in a perfect world years ago. We waited because some folks in elected leadership in town thought that prices would go down, which is I've yet to been shown in history in the United States when that's ever happened, so now we're paying those consequences. But the pool can be done. It'll be done with a combination of hopefully grant money, it'll be bonded, and it might have to be adjusted slightly in terms of the original plan just because we've waited and costs might have gone up. But I'm certainly committed and have no doubt that we can open that pool in the summer of 2025. In terms of technology in Town Hall, that's going to take a bit longer potentially. I mean, certainly aspects of that will be very quick, very immediate. In the first 100 days, we intend to at least offer the capabilities of direct deposit for town employees. The contract negotiations might take a little longer, but we'll have the capabilities and then online bill pay. Obviously, I will have a computer as mayor, which the current mayor has not had a computer that he's worked with. Email for town employees. I mean, these are a lot of basic things that we can do pretty early on, very low, relatively low cost. In terms of getting all of Town Hall up to date, that means digitizing our land records, digitizing all of our records, getting each individual department with the 21st century technology that they need to do the jobs of the 21st century. That's going to take years, and that's why we have our campaign has proposed a 15-year or capital expenditure plan to repair the infrastructure needs that we currently have, while also leave room and leave a plan for these much needed improvements and upgrades. 'Cause it's going to take time. It's going to take a lot of grant money. It's going to take a lot of bonding. It's going to take a lot of forward thinking.
It's funny, I actually really campaigned on civic education and civic engagement, which I feel is missing. No entity has ever been responsible for it, and it's slipping through the cracks to our detriment, I believe.
So can we follow up on that a little bit? What would be your specific suggestions on how to get this going?
Most people go to curriculum in the schools. I have no control over that, although I do speak with the Commissioner of Education about this. We have no funding for our office or any other office for public education around civics. Simple things like, how do you file an absentee ballot? Who's eligible? How do you find your polling place? When election day is? When special elections are? We have no way to get that information out to the public. And then if you think about more specific information, like how do you contact your legislator? How do you testify? What's a public hearing? What are the details around early voting? There's no budget for that. And I think it's a mistake to allow political candidates and political campaigns to be the only people out there talking about how our civic structure works. And I think some of the misinformation, some of the problems we've seen in some towns in the state, etc., I think all of that stems from just a lack of civic knowledge.
To dedicate this mission Mosaic done for us by Gallery 53 artists in Meriden. It's originally designed by a intern, Elizabeth. I was excited to meet various users of the station. One particular individual was coming in with a service dog on a regular basis that she befriended. She got a real sense of how we interact with the community, decided that this was in fact a representation.